Athletes aren't just dominating the field, they're taking on woke media and winning. From UFC fighters to NFL coaches, they're refusing to be censored. Sean Strickland, Todd Bowles, and Rafael Nadal have delivered jaw-dropping responses that left reporters speechless. And trust us, the reactions are priceless. Keep watching, because things are about to heat up.
We've got a pretty...
I have a very good...
I think that how much you get paid...
I only asked this because of the tweet.
Sean Strickland. First up, we have Sean Strickland, the controversial UFC fighter who isn't afraid to speak his mind, especially when it comes to the media's insistence on pushing social issues into his interviews. In a recent exchange with a Canadian reporter,
we've got a pretty supportive gay and lesbian community in this city. I did want to ask you about something you wrote a couple of...
Oh, look, another I'm saying to you.
Things heated up quickly, capturing the attention of fans and critics alike. During the interview, Strickland expressed his frustration about being asked about the LGBTQ+ community instead of focusing on fighting. He stated that the reporter had become a part of the problem, unable to engage in conversations that revolved around actual sport. He criticized the current political climate in Canada, calling the media pathetic for their approach, and questioned the role of journalists in shaping public perception. He even mentioned how weak he perceived the reporter to be for supporting certain politicians, essentially calling into question the integrity of his inquiries. Strickland didn't hold back, calling out Canada's political climate and accusing the media of fueling division. His passionate defense of free speech and traditional values resonated with many, drawing mixed reactions on social media. Todd Bowles. Next, we switch gears to the NFL, where Tampa Bay Buccaneers head coach Todd Bowles faced some awkward questions about race and representation in the league.
You and Mike Tomlin are two of the few black head coaches in the league. I wonder what your...
I have a very good relationship with Tomlin. We don't look at what color we are when we coach against each other. We just...
An issue that many believe remains paramount in today's sports landscape. When asked about his relationship with other black head coaches, Bowles replied that he had a very good relationship with Mike Tomlin, but emphasized that they did not consider their races when coaching against one another. He insisted that they simply focused on the game and the strategy involved. Bowles made it clear that their commitment to excellence and victory mattered more than the color of their skin, a principle he stressed should apply universally across the sport. Coach Bowles' response was both refreshing and assertive, clearly stating that he preferred to focus on skill rather than race. By taking that stance, he aimed to shift the narrative to what truly matters in sports: the players' and coaches' abilities to perform under pressure. His refusal to be boxed into a stereotype was widely praised, emphasizing that athletes should be recognized for their ability and not their skin color. Rafael Nadal. Now let's talk tennis. Rafael Nadal recently called out the media for their obsession with sensationalism, specifically related to the topic of gender pay disparity in sports, a discussion that has piqued the interest of many over the years.
Quería preguntarte que, a pesar de que aquí no pase y que en los 4 Grand Slam, en muchos otros torneos esto no ocurre, ¿qué opinión te merece que las mujeres cobren menos?
No sé en qué se basa en el fútbol, porque las mujeres ganan más que los hombres.
In his response to a question about the gender pay gap, Nadal remarked that it was interesting how no one complained when female models earned more than male models. He indicated that the media seemed more concerned with crafting popular headlines rather than focusing on the actual facts, emphasizing the hypocrisy present in such discussions. He also mentioned that the question should take into account viewership and revenue generation, which often differ across genders in sports. Nadal's logical breakdown not only put the reporter in his place, but also highlighted a double standard prevalent in media coverage. He clearly articulated that the issue was complex and deserved a nuanced discussion rather than a sensationalized one. Ronda Rousey. Our next star is Ronda Rousey, known for her tenacity in the ring and her outspoken nature. Rousey didn't shy away from the topic of gender pay in sports, either.
We've got quite a large pay
I think that how much you get paid should have something to do with how much money you bring in.
Showcasing her willingness to confront difficult subjects head-on. When asked about the gender pay gap, Rousey asserted that compensation should correlate with the revenue generated. She emphasized that she was the highest-paid fighter because she brought in the highest numbers, not out of kindness from UFC management towards female fighters. She elucidated that marketability and viewership should dictate pay, helping others understand her perspective on fairness in compensation. Rousey's firm stance underscored the reality that sports leagues operate as businesses, and earnings should reflect merit and marketability. Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving, an NBA star with no fear of igniting controversy, recently had a heated exchange centered around his social media activity, a moment that caught the public's full attention due to its implications for the intersection of sports and societal issues.
So then do you, I guess, understand or not understand those that might imply that work? I only ask this because the tweet is still up there, so
We're in 2022.
In a confrontation with reporters about potential anti-Semitic implications of his social media posts, Irving firmly rejected the characterization that he was promoting anything offensive by simply posting what he wished. He insisted that he should not be dehumanized or treated differently, and criticized the media for making assumptions about his intentions, calling out the tendency to misconstrue his beliefs. He emphasized the importance of separating personal expression from public scrutiny, which he felt often overshadowed legitimate discussions in society. As a high-profile athlete, his words carried significant weight, and many felt he was standing up for the rights of all individuals to express their opinions without fear of censorship or misrepresentation. Khabib Nurmagomedov. And finally, we have Khabib Nurmagomedov, the Russian martial arts champion known for his comedic timing, who never fails to entertain while tackling serious subjects when asked about America's discussion on gender. He delivered a priceless response that captivated audiences.
A very technical question for a few hundred genders. How many genders do you guys have in Russia?
Here is like, I see only women and men. There is...
When a businessman prompted him to address the idea of multiple genders in America, Khabib humorously clarified that in Russia, there were just men and women, emphasizing the simplicity of that view. His candid assertion brought laughter to the room, yet it also highlighted cultural differences that often lead to misunderstandings and discord, particularly regarding social issues. Khabib took it further, joking about his first encounter with a gender-neutral bathroom in California. Turning confusion into comedy, he shared how he hesitated and felt overwhelmed, simply wanting to choose a bathroom like everyone else. His blend of humor and cultural perspective highlighted the differences in societal norms and resonated widely, making him a fan favorite. In a culture where wokeness often prevails, these warriors in sports have demonstrated their willingness to fight for free speech and authenticity. From the octagon to the field, they show one undeniable truth: they aren't afraid to speak their minds. If you found these celebrity exposés eye-opening, wait until you uncover even more shocking moments that rocked the entertainment industry. You won't want to miss our next video? Just click here.